My brothers and sisters, I want you to pause for a moment and think deeply. How many years have already gone by, and how many times have you told yourself this year will be different? Yet here we are, another year almost gone, and the same habits, the same distractions, the same promises left unfulfilled. Life doesn't wait for anyone. Time moves quietly, and before you know it, another year has slipped through your fingers. Today I want to speak to you about that, about not wasting another year of your life. One of the greatest tricks our mind plays on us is the illusion of tomorrow. We comfort ourselves by saying, I'll fix myself later, I'll start changing when I'm ready, I'll focus when the time is right. And slowly, without realizing it, we start to believe that we own time, that tomorrow is somehow ours to claim whenever we please. But tomorrow is not guaranteed. Tomorrow does not belong to us. It belongs only to the one who allows it to exist. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, only to repeat the same line the next day and the next until months pass and nothing changes? This illusion is one of the most dangerous traps a person can fall into because it feels harmless. It feels like you're being reasonable, like you're planning ahead, like you're giving yourself space. But in truth, it's procrastination dressed in comfort. It's the whisper of the soul saying, relax, there's still time, when in reality, every breath you take could be your last. My dear brothers and sisters, we plan as though we control the minutes, the days, the years. We fill our calendars and make resolutions, but none of us truly know if we will live to see them through. The reality is harsh, but it's real. Many people who had plans for tomorrow never made it there. Think about that for a moment. Somewhere in the world, there is a person who went to sleep last night with dreams for today, and they never woke up. We are so used to seeing the sun rise every morning that we forget it's a blessing, not a routine. Each sunrise that meets your eyes is not a guarantee, but a reminder that your story is still being written, that you still have a chance to make things right, that you still have time, but not forever. When you wake up each morning, it is as if your Creator is saying, here, you have been given one more chance. What will you do with it today? Yet how do we often respond? We scroll through our phones, we waste hours on meaningless distractions, we spend time worrying about things that add no value to our soul. Then, when night falls, we promise ourselves again, tomorrow I'll do better. But tomorrow arrives and the same cycle continues, and slowly the years slip away. This illusion of tomorrow makes us feel safe in our comfort zone. It makes us feel like we can delay change without consequence. But my dear brothers and sisters, comfort is dangerous when it comes to growth. Nothing great ever happens inside your comfort zone. Every person who became better, stronger, wiser, they all had to step out of that comfort to face the discomfort of discipline, the discomfort of truth, the discomfort of doing what needs to be done, even when it's not easy. We live as though we will always have another chance to apologize, another chance to start praying, another chance to fix our relationships, another chance to build our dreams. But what if this is the last chance? What if the opportunity you keep postponing is the very one that could change your entire life? Time doesn't always give second chances. If you think about it, life is not measured by how many years we live, but by how much of it we truly use. There are people who live 80 years but spend most of it just existing, not learning, not growing, not contributing. And there are others who live only 30 years, yet their time is filled with purpose, effort, and meaning. It's not the length of your life that counts, it's the depth of what you do with it. So ask yourself sincerely, how much of your time is truly lived? How much of it is spent doing what will matter in the long run? We chase after money, recognition, and comfort, thinking these things will make us happy, but they never do for long. Because deep down, our soul knows what it was created for. It was created to grow, to give, to serve, to connect with its Creator. And when we neglect that, no amount of distraction can fill the emptiness inside. You may be thinking, but I'll start soon. I just need a little more motivation. My dear brother, my dear sister, motivation doesn't come before action. It comes after it. You have to begin, even when you don't feel ready. You have to take the first step, even if it's small. Waiting for the perfect moment to start is like waiting for the ocean to stop moving before you learn to swim. The waves will never stop. Life will always be messy, busy, unpredictable. You must start in the middle of it all. Imagine your future self for a moment. The person you will be in 5 or 10 years. What would they say if they could see you now? Would they thank you for starting today? Or would they be disappointed that you kept waiting? Every delay you make today becomes their burden tomorrow. Every small effort you put in today becomes their strength tomorrow. You are shaping that future version of yourself with every choice you make right now. Sometimes we tell ourselves that we'll change once life gets easier. But the truth is, life never truly gets easier. We simply get stronger. Waiting for ideal circumstances means you'll wait forever. Growth requires movement, and movement means discomfort. That's how you break free from the illusion of tomorrow, by doing something today, no matter how small it is. Maybe it's picking up your prayer mat again. Maybe it's apologizing to someone you wronged. Maybe it's finally setting aside time for what you've been neglecting, your health, your family, your purpose. Whatever it is, don't wait for tomorrow to begin, because tomorrow has fooled many, and only those who act today truly change. My brothers and sisters, the moment you stop taking time for granted, your life begins to change. You start seeing every day as an opportunity, not an obligation. You start using your mornings with intention, your hours with gratitude, your nights with reflection. You start realizing that your days are limited, and that realization doesn't make life depressing, and it makes it precious. When you understand that time is a gift, you stop wasting it. You start living it. You start being present. You start appreciating the people around you, the breath in your lungs, the food on your table, the roof above your head. You begin to value what you already have instead of endlessly chasing what you don't. So don't fall for the illusion of tomorrow, because tomorrow might come, but it might not be yours. The only day you truly have is today. And if you use today well, then even if tomorrow never arrives, you will have lived fully, meaningfully, and with purpose. My dear brothers and sisters, time is slipping away quietly. Don't let it take your dreams, your potential, and your peace with it. Stop saying, I'll start tomorrow. Start now, because today is the tomorrow you once spoke about, and it's already here. My brothers and sisters, time is one of the most powerful and precious gifts that we have, yet it is also one of the easiest things to lose. And the most dangerous part is we don't even realize it's slipping away. The theft of time doesn't happen loudly. It happens silently, slowly, gently, one distraction at a time. Every day that passes takes a small piece of your life with it, and once it's gone, you can never get it back. That is the silent theft of time. If someone were to steal your money, you would notice. If someone were to take something valuable from your home, you would be upset. You would take action. But time gets stolen right in front of us, and we let it happen willingly. We allow our hours to be taken by things that don't serve us, our purpose, or our future. We lose minutes, hours, days scrolling through endless screens, consumed by things that don't add any meaning to our lives. And when the day ends, we look back and say, I did nothing today. Think about how easily we give away our time. We spend hours arguing, gossiping, worrying about what people think, comparing our lives to others, chasing distractions that leave us empty. We tell ourselves it's just for a moment, but those moments add up. They become habits. And before long, an entire year has passed, and we can barely remember what we did with it. My dear brothers and sisters, you don't lose your life in a single moment. You lose it gradually. In the mornings you waste, in the nights you spend carelessly, in the opportunities you ignore. It doesn't vanish suddenly. It fades slowly, quietly, while you tell yourself there's still time. Look around you. The world is moving fast. Everyone is in a rush, but very few are moving in the right direction. We have more technology, more comfort, more entertainment than any generation before us. Yet people have never felt more lost, more distracted, more distant from what truly matters. The devices meant to save us time have become the very things that consume it. We think we are in control, but in truth, many of us have become slaves to our distractions. We pick up our phones the moment we wake up. We check messages that don't matter, scroll through endless feeds, and let our minds be filled with noise. And while we're doing that, time keeps moving. The seconds turn to minutes, minutes to hours, and those hours to years. It's like a thief taking from us bit by bit while we look the other way. And what's worse, my brothers and sisters, is that we trade time, something priceless, for things that mean nothing. A few more minutes of entertainment, a few more hours of idleness, a few more days of procrastination. We think these things are harmless, but they accumulate. Every wasted moment is an opportunity lost. an opportunity to pray, to learn, to work on yourself, to do something that would bring you closer to your purpose. You see, the problem isn't that we don't have enough time. The problem is that we don't use the time we already have wisely. Every person gets the same 24 hours in a day. The difference lies in how they use them. Some people use their time to build, to grow, to improve, while others spend it avoiding effort, chasing comfort, or drowning in distractions. The successful person doesn't have more time than you. They simply refuse to let their time be stolen. My dear brothers and sisters, ask yourself this question sincerely. How much of your time today was truly lived? How much of it brought you peace, growth, or connection with your Creator? How much of it will you remember next week, next year, or in the hereafter? Most of what we do is forgotten the moment it ends because it carries no value. It leaves no mark, no benefit, no reward. There are people who look busy every day, always moving, always doing something, yet they accomplish nothing meaningful. That's because being busy is not the same as being productive. You can fill your day with tasks and still waste it completely if those tasks don't bring you closer to what matters. Think of your time as a treasure chest. Every day you wake up with a certain number of gold coins, your hours. You can choose to spend them wisely or carelessly. Once the coins are gone, that's it. You don't get them back. But unlike a treasure chest, you never know how many coins you have left. You could have thousands or just a few. That's why every moment counts. One of the saddest things to witness is a person who realizes the value of time only when it's almost gone. The student who regrets not studying when the exam is near. The parent who realizes they missed their child's childhood. The believer who wakes up one day and feels distant from their Creator, wondering where the years went. Regret always comes too late. You can't rewind time, but you can learn from that feeling now, before it reaches you. My brothers and sisters, time doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It moves with or without you. The clock doesn't care if you're tired, distracted, or unmotivated. It keeps ticking. And every tick is a reminder that your life is passing. Every moment you waste is one step closer to your final day. You may think you'll have more time later to fix your life, to pray more, to do better. But how many times have we seen people who said the same only for their time to end unexpectedly? The truth is, we never know which moment will be our last. That's why the wise make use of every moment they have. To protect your time, you must first be aware of how it's being stolen. Watch where your hours go. Notice the habits that consume them. Do you spend your nights on things that nourish your soul or things that drain it? Do your days bring you closer to your dreams, or do they keep you trapped in the same cycle? Awareness is the first step to change. Once you recognize how your time is being taken, guard it fiercely. Set boundaries for yourself. Limit the things that distract you. Replace wasted moments with meaningful actions, even small ones. Read something that benefits you. Call a loved one. Reflect, pray, learn. Each good deed is like reclaiming your time from the thief that's been stealing it. My brothers and sisters, the years you have left are unknown, but the time you have right now is real. Don't let it be stolen by things that won't matter tomorrow. Don't let your life be a blur of distractions and regrets. The silent theft of time is one of the greatest losses a person can face, because once it's gone, you can't earn it back. There are no refunds for wasted moments, no second chances for lost years. So before the clock moves any further, take control. Decide today that your time will no longer be taken by things that don't deserve it. Because in the end, time will either be your greatest blessing or your greatest regret. It will either tell the story of a life that was lived with purpose or a life that slipped away quietly. The choice is yours, and the time to make it is now. One of the heaviest burdens a human being can carry is the burden of regret. It is silent, invisible, and often arrives when it is far too late. Regret is not like pain that fades with time. It is a pain that grows the longer you ignore it. It whispers to you in quiet moments, reminding you of the things you could have done, the chances you didn't take, the words you never said, and the time you wasted. It follows you not to punish you, but to teach you that time once lost can never be recovered. Regret is born when we realize that we could have done better. When we look back and see how small actions, if only taken sooner, could have changed everything. It might come after losing someone you loved and wishing you had shown them more kindness. It might come after an opportunity passes and you realize that fear held you back. Or it might come when you look at your life and see how much time has been spent on things that did not matter. My dear brothers and sisters, we often live as though we have endless chances. We delay our prayers, we postpone change, we tell ourselves there will be time later. But time moves quietly, and one day you wake up realizing that the later you were waiting for is gone. That is when regret hits. It doesn't shout, it whispers, it says, you had your chance. And that whisper can break even the strongest heart. Regret is heavier than failure because failure still gives you a chance to try again. Regret means the chance is gone. It's a door that has already closed, a page that can't be rewritten. And the truth, my brothers and sisters, is that every single one of us has moments we wish we could change. But the wise person is the one who learns from those moments before they multiply. The fool is the one who repeats them, thinking there will always be more time. Have you ever sat in silence and felt that deep ache inside? The one that reminds you of wasted potential, of forgotten dreams, of broken promises to yourself? That feeling is your soul speaking to you. It's not there to hurt you, but to wake you up. It's saying you can still turn things around. You still have a chance. And that is the mercy of life. As long as you are breathing, as long as you can still hear these words, your story is not over. Regret doesn't have to be your destination. It can be your turning point. The past cannot be changed, but the lessons it taught you can transform your future. My brothers and sisters, many people are stuck in their past. They replay their mistakes over and over, punishing themselves for what they can no longer change. But remember this, regret is only useful if it pushes you forward, not if it chains you to the past. You cannot fix yesterday, but you can make today better. You can choose to act differently now so that when tomorrow comes, you will look back and feel peace instead of pain. Think of how many times in your life you said, I wish I had started earlier. Maybe it was about your prayers, your health, your career, your relationships, or your spiritual journey. The truth is, the best time to start was then, but the second best time is now. Every great change begins with a single decision. The decision to stop living with regret and start living with intention. You see, regret grows in the soil of inaction. The more you delay, the deeper it takes root. But action, even small action, uproots it. When you decide to move, to improve, to begin again, regret starts to lose its grip on you. The person who acts today will never live with the same level of regret as the one who keeps waiting for the perfect moment. And don't be fooled, my brothers and sisters, because regret doesn't only come at the end of life, it can come every day. It can come when you realize you've wasted a whole day doing nothing meaningful. It can come when you let anger destroy a friendship, when you allow laziness to stop your progress, when you neglect your prayers and then feel the emptiness that follows. Regret visits you in small ways long before it becomes overwhelming. If you listen to those small whispers early, you can change the story before it becomes a tragedy. The beauty of regret is that it can awaken something powerful inside you. The desire to do better. It can be the fire that pushes you to become who you were meant to be. Many of the strongest people you know didn't reach strength through comfort. They reached it through regret that they refused to repeat. They turned their pain into power. They said, never again, and meant it. My dear brothers and sisters, imagine standing one day before your Creator, looking back at your life. What will you say about the time you were given? Will you say, I used it well, I learned, I grew, I served, I prayed, I tried? Or will you say, I wasted it chasing shadows, ignoring purpose, delaying good until it was too late? The thought of that moment should be enough to shake us awake. We often think regret will come from things we did. But most of the time, it comes from the things we didn't do, the kind words we didn't say, the prayers we didn't make, the effort we didn't give, the chances we didn't take. That is the kind of regret that hurts most, knowing you could have, but you didn't. So let that realization become your motivation. If you want your future self to look back with gratitude instead of grief, Act now. Fix what you can today. Apologize if you need to. Forgive where you should. Start the work you've been delaying. Take the step toward goodness you've been avoiding. Every small act you do today is a seed that will grow into peace tomorrow. Life is not meant to be perfect, but it is meant to be lived with purpose. Don't allow regret to define your story. Let it refine you. Let it teach you to value time, to cherish people, to use your days with meaning. Don't wait for the pain of regret to wake you up when reflection can wake you up today. And if you feel that it's too late, remember, it never is. The fact that you feel regret means your heart is still alive. It means you still care. And as long as that spark is there, there is hope. Use that feeling as fuel, not as a chain. Turn it into action. Let it remind you that every sunrise is a second chance to do what you couldn't do yesterday. My brothers and sisters, the weight of regret can crush a person, but it can also shape them into someone stronger, wiser, and more sincere. The choice is yours. Don't wait for regret to become unbearable before you change. Look at your life now and make the decision to live it fully, to live it right, to live it in a way that when your time comes, you will be able to smile and say, I made mistakes, but I learned. I fell, but I got up. I lived with meaning. Don't let regret be the loudest voice in your story. Let change, effort, and gratitude speak louder. Because one day when you look back, you want your heart to be at peace, knowing that you didn't waste the time you were given and that you turned every regret into a reason to rise. Many of us carry this idea that transformation must be something huge, something dramatic, something that happens overnight, as though we will one day wake up and suddenly become the person we always dreamed of being. We imagine this perfect version of ourselves who prays on time, who speaks kindly, who controls their anger, who is focused, disciplined, and successful, and we think, one day I'll become that person. But the truth is, that kind of change doesn't come from a single grand moment. It comes from small, consistent steps taken sincerely, one after another, day after day. You see, we often underestimate the power of small actions. We think they don't matter, that they're too little to make a difference. But every great journey begins with a small, almost invisible step. A tree starts as a seed. A building starts with a single brick. A book begins with one word. Likewise, your growth, your success, your spiritual connection, it all starts with one sincere step in the right direction. My brothers and sisters, too many people delay improvement because they are overwhelmed by the distance between where they are and where they want to be. They say, it's too hard to change, or I don't even know where to start. But you don't have to change everything at once. You only need to start somewhere. Change doesn't require perfection, it requires direction. You just have to face the right way and begin. If you want to improve your prayers, don't wait until you can pray perfectly. Just start with one prayer and do it properly. Feel it, connect in it. If you want to become more disciplined, don't try to transform your whole routine in a single day. Just start by fixing one habit. If you want to build a closer relationship with your Creator, start by speaking to Him sincerely for a few minutes every day. Small, sincere actions done consistently are worth more than large, inconsistent bursts of effort that fade away quickly. Many people make the mistake of thinking that change must be visible to everyone else to be real. They want results immediately, but real growth often happens quietly. It's the unseen struggle, the silent battles inside your heart, the moments when you choose patience instead of anger, forgiveness instead of revenge, prayer instead of despair. These are the steps that no one claps for, but they are the ones that truly matter. Do you know what's powerful, my brothers and sisters? The moment you decide to begin, that first step, even if it's small, even if it's shaky, it breaks the cycle of delay. It's a declaration to yourself and to your Creator that you are serious about change. And once you take that step, something amazing happens. You start to build momentum. Each small action gives you strength for the next one. A person doesn't become wise overnight. Wisdom grows slowly through reflection, mistakes, and learning. A person doesn't become strong in a single workout. Strength comes from repetition, consistency, and endurance. The same is true for your soul. You can't expect spiritual or personal growth without steady, consistent effort. You may not see progress every day, But if you remain consistent, you will look back one day and realize how far you've come. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the greatest reasons people fail to change is because they aim for perfection instead of progress. They tell themselves, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. But this mindset is dangerous. It's like saying, if I can't run a marathon, I won't even walk around the block. The truth is, you become capable of more only after you start with less. The journey of change requires patience. You will make mistakes. You will have days when you feel strong and others when you fall short. But that doesn't mean you have failed. Falling is part of learning to walk. What matters is that you get back up and keep going. Every time you rise after falling, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your weakness. My brothers and sisters, don't underestimate the reward of small actions. Sometimes the smallest deed can have the biggest impact on your life. One kind word can change someone's day. One sincere prayer can open a door of mercy. One act of discipline can shift your entire mindset. The Creator loves consistency even in small amounts. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing something sincerely, regularly, and for the right reasons. When you look at people who seem to have their lives together, those who are calm, balanced, or spiritually strong, know that they didn't reach that point instantly. They built it one small step at a time with effort and perseverance. Every day they made small choices to be patient, to stay kind, to do good, to push forward even when they didn't feel like it. You can do the same. And remember, my dear brothers and sisters, growth doesn't always feel good. It often feels uncomfortable. You might question yourself. You might feel that nothing is changing. But just because you can't see progress doesn't mean it isn't happening. Change works quietly, just like a seed buried in the soil. You don't see it grow immediately, but beneath the surface, life is forming, roots are spreading, and soon it will break through. Sometimes you'll find yourself wishing for big changes, a completely new life, a new job, a new beginning. But what if the transformation you're looking for isn't in starting over completely, but in doing what you already do with more intention, more sincerity, and more purpose? You don't have to move mountains to change your life. You just have to move one stone at a time and do it consistently. Don't wait for the right time. There will never be a perfect time to begin. There will always be distractions, challenges, and reasons to delay. If you wait for life to calm down before you change, you will wait forever. The perfect moment to start is the moment you decide to. Think about how much time has already passed in hesitation. Think of all the times you said, I'll start when I feel ready. The truth is, you may never feel completely ready, but when you start, readiness follows. Confidence comes from doing, not from waiting. You build discipline by practicing it, not by talking about it. My brothers and sisters, don't be afraid of small beginnings. Every great story started with a humble beginning. Every successful person you admire once started with nothing but an intention and a small step. The difference between those who change and those who don't is simple. One group started and the other kept waiting. So take that step. Begin with one prayer, fix one habit, read one page, speak one kind word, make one sincere effort. The world around you won't change overnight, but your heart will. And when your heart changes, your entire life begins to follow. One day, you will look back and thank yourself for starting small. You will see how every little effort added up, how every small act of discipline turned into strength, how every quiet prayer brought you peace. Change doesn't announce itself with noise. It grows silently like the dawn breaking after the darkest night. My brothers and sisters, the smallest step toward good is better than the grandest intention left undone. Start now. Don't wait for motivation. Create it. Don't wait for time. Make it. Don't wait for a sign. You are the sign. You are the moment. And when you start walking, even if your steps are slow, remember that your Creator sees your effort. Every movement you make toward good, no matter how small, is seen, is valued, and is rewarded. So keep walking, keep growing, keep believing, because small steps done sincerely will take you further than great plans never acted upon. And when you keep walking long enough, those small steps will lead you to a place you once thought was impossible. That is how real change happens. Quietly, patiently, one step at a time. My brothers and sisters, one of the most underestimated influences in our lives is the company we keep, the people we surround ourselves with, the voices we listen to, and the energy we allow into our hearts. Whether you realize it or not, your environment is constantly shaping you. The people around you are like mirrors reflecting your habits, your values, and your mindset. And without noticing, you start to become like them in the way you think, the way you speak, the way you act, and even in the way you see yourself. No one becomes strong alone. No one becomes weak alone. We are always being influenced by something or someone. Sometimes that influence uplifts us, reminds us of purpose, pushes us toward goodness. And sometimes it drags us down, distracts us from our goals, and feeds our laziness, anger, or pride. That's why, my brothers and sisters, you must be very careful about the company you keep, because the people around you can either be your greatest blessing or your greatest test. Think about it. When you spend your time with people who constantly complain, you start to complain too. When you are surrounded by people who gossip, it becomes normal to gossip. When your friends are careless with their time, you begin to waste yours without even realizing it. Negativity spreads quietly. You absorb it before you can resist it. But the opposite is also true. When you surround yourself with people who remind you of your purpose, who encourage you to do better, who speak words that lift you up, their light begins to reach your heart too. Just being around sincere, humble, disciplined people can make you want to improve yourself. It's like sitting near a fire. Even if you don't touch it, the warmth reaches you. My brothers and sisters, sometimes the reason we struggle to grow is not because we are incapable, but because we are surrounded by those who are comfortable staying the same. You cannot climb higher if the people around you keep pulling you back down to their level. And often they don't do it out of hatred, they do it out of comfort. When someone around you starts changing, it makes others uncomfortable. They might laugh at you, mock your efforts, or say you've changed, but the truth is you're supposed to. Change is not a betrayal, it's a sign of growth. So if you find that your environment is full of voices that make you doubt yourself, discourage your faith, or normalize sin and laziness, then you need to make a difficult choice. It doesn't mean you look down on others, but it does mean you prioritize your soul. You can love people and still distance yourself from their habits. You can care for them while protecting your peace, because your spiritual and emotional health must come first. We sometimes hold on to certain friendships out of fear of being alone, fear of being judged, fear of losing connection. But loneliness with purpose is better than company without meaning. It is better to walk alone toward goodness than to walk with a crowd toward destruction. And know this, my brothers and sisters, if you choose the right path sincerely, you will never truly be alone. The Creator will replace what you lost with something better. He will send you companions who understand you, who inspire you, who walk with you in faith and strength. Let me tell you something important. Your friends are a reflection of your future. Show me who you spend time with and I can tell you where you're heading. Because over time, your habits start to align with theirs. Your goals start to mirror theirs. Your conversations begin to shape your mindset. This is why it's so important to surround yourself with people who are striving for something meaningful. People who pray, who reflect, who are humble enough to admit their mistakes and strong enough to keep trying. My brothers and sisters, good company doesn't mean perfect people. It means people who remind you of goodness even when they struggle themselves. It means those who push you to keep your heart soft, your mind clear, and your intentions pure. It's not about having friends who never fall. It's about having friends who remind you to rise every time you do. Ask yourself honestly, when you spend time with your friends, do you leave feeling better or worse? Do they inspire you to be closer to your Creator, to do good, to improve yourself? Or do you leave feeling empty, distracted, or distant from your values? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about your circle. My dear brothers and sisters, the company you keep doesn't just affect your habits, it affects your heart. When you sit with people who constantly speak about the world, your heart becomes attached to it. When you sit with people who speak about purpose, kindness, and faith, your heart becomes softer. The conversations you engage in, the jokes you laugh at, the words you listen to, all of these things enter your heart quietly. And your heart over time becomes what it consumes. Be the kind of person who brings light into the lives of others. When you sit with people, let them leave with more peace than they came with. Let them feel hope, not despair. Let your words be a reminder, not a wound. Because good company isn't only about finding it, it's also about being it. If you want righteous company, become righteous company. If you want loyal friends, be a loyal friend. If you want encouragement, start by giving it. But you cannot give what you don't have. That's why protecting your heart and mind is so important. If you spend your days absorbing negativity, you will spread negativity. If you fill your mind with distraction, you will bring distraction. That's why self-discipline and self-awareness are essential. The company you keep on the outside begins with the company you allow on the inside. Your thoughts, your influences, your priorities. Sometimes, my brothers and sisters, you will need to walk away from certain people, not because you hate them, but because you love yourself enough to stop allowing their energy to destroy your peace. That doesn't make you arrogant, it makes you wise. And walking away doesn't always mean cutting people off completely. Sometimes it simply means reducing the time, changing the topic, or shifting your environment to one that nourishes your soul. If you want to grow in life, surround yourself with people who are already walking the path you want to be on. If you want to become disciplined, sit with those who respect time. If you want to strengthen your faith, spend time with those who live with purpose and remembrance. And if you want to change your mindset, learn from those who focus on solutions instead of problems. The people around you will either help you carry your burdens or make them heavier. They will either remind you of who you are or make you forget. So choose wisely. Because every conversation, every friendship, every relationship is shaping you in ways you might not even realize. My brothers and sisters, if you've ever felt that your progress is slow or your motivation is fading, look around you. Sometimes the problem is not within you, it's within your circle. If you're surrounded by people who make mediocrity seem normal, you'll start to accept it. But if you spend time with people who strive for excellence, you'll begin to rise naturally. And remember, even one good companion can make a difference. One sincere friend who reminds you of your purpose is more valuable than 100 who only remind you of your distractions. Seek quality, not quantity. The right friend will tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. They will pray for you, even when you don't know it. They will correct you gently, celebrate your good, and mourn your mistakes, not with judgment, but with care. My dear brothers and sisters, good company is not only a blessing in this world, it's a light in the next. The people you walk with today may be the same ones standing beside you when you need help, when you're struggling, or even when you stand before your Creator. Imagine having companions who pull you toward goodness in every stage of life, in joy, in hardship, and in faith. That is a gift worth protecting. So guard your environment, choose your friends wisely, be mindful of what you allow into your heart. Because whether you realize it or not, your surroundings are writing your story with you. And one day when you look back, you will see clearly how much of your path was shaped by the people you walked with. My brothers and sisters, if you want to change your life, start by changing your circle. Surround yourself with light and you will begin to shine too. Surround yourself with truth and your path will become clearer. And if you can't find the right company right now, don't despair. Become it. The right people will find you when you start walking the right path. And when that happens, you'll realize something beautiful. You were never meant to walk alone, but you were meant to walk with those who remind you of who you truly are and who you're capable of becoming. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces that can transform your entire life, yet it is often the most neglected. We live in a world where people are constantly chasing what they do not have, always comparing, always wanting more. We scroll through pictures of other people's lives, other people's successes, other people's blessings, and without realizing it, we start to feel that what we have is not enough. But the truth is, gratitude doesn't come from having more. It comes from seeing more, from opening your eyes to the blessings that have been around you all along. Every day that you wake up is a new opportunity, a fresh start written for you by the one who still believes you can do better. That in itself is a gift beyond measure. There are people who went to sleep last night and did not wake up this morning. There are people who would give anything for the health that you have, for the breath that fills your lungs, for the ability to stand, to walk, to see, to hear. But because we experience these blessings every day, we stop noticing them. They become invisible to us until the moment they are taken away. Gratitude, my brothers and sisters, is not just a polite word you say when something good happens. It's a way of seeing the world. It's a state of the heart. It's the ability to look at what you already have and recognize that you've been given more than you deserve. It's realizing that even when things are difficult, there are still countless blessings quietly surrounding you. When you live with gratitude, your heart becomes soft. You stop complaining so much. You stop comparing yourself to others, and you begin to see beauty even in small things. Many people wait for big blessings to feel grateful. They say, when I get that job, I'll be thankful. When I get married, I'll be happy. When I have more money, I'll appreciate life. But gratitude doesn't wait for conditions to be perfect. It's what opens the door to more goodness. The moment you start being thankful for what you already have, your life begins to feel richer. Gratitude multiplies blessings, not because it changes what you have, but because it changes the way you see it. My brothers and sisters, gratitude is not only about words, it's about action. When you are truly thankful for something, you take care of it. When you are grateful for your health, you protect it. When you are grateful for your time, you don't waste it. When you are grateful for your relationships, you nurture them. When you are grateful for your Creator, you obey Him and remember Him often. Gratitude that doesn't show in your actions is incomplete. Too often we measure our lives by what we lack instead of what we have. We focus on the doors that are closed and forget the ones that are still open. We complain about what went wrong but overlook what went right. And that constant focus on what's missing creates a feeling of emptiness. The more you focus on what you don't have, the more you'll feel deprived, even if your life is full of blessings. But when you train your heart to notice the gifts around you, you begin to see abundance where you once saw nothing. Sometimes gratitude is hardest to practice when life feels painful. When you're going through hardship, when things are falling apart, when you feel like nothing is working, that's when gratitude becomes a true test. Because in those moments, you have to search deeper to find the hidden blessings. But they are always there. Even in pain, there are lessons. Even in loss, there is wisdom. Even in failure, there is growth. The one who learns to be grateful in difficulty is the one who truly understands life. My brothers and sisters, we often think that gratitude is something we show when we get what we want. But true gratitude is being thankful even when things don't go according to your plan, because you trust that your Creator's plan is always better than yours. Sometimes what you wanted was never meant for you, and what you have now is exactly what you need to become who you're meant to be. Gratitude gives you peace in uncertainty because it reminds you that every moment is part of something greater. There is a deep connection between gratitude and contentment. When you're grateful, you stop constantly wanting more. You begin to feel satisfied. You stop saying, I'll be happy when, and start saying, I am happy now. Contentment doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you stop comparing. You can still work for more, but from a place of peace, not from a place of emptiness. You can dream of a better future while still being thankful for today. My brothers and sisters, when you live without gratitude, even the biggest blessings can feel small. You might have food on your table, but you'll still feel hungry for something more. You might have people who love you, but you'll take them for granted. You might have time, but you'll waste it. But when you live with gratitude, even small things bring you joy. A simple meal, a kind word, a quiet moment, the sound of your child's laughter, a prayer that brings calm to your heart. Gratitude transforms ordinary days into extraordinary ones. If you want to change the way you see life, start and end your day with gratitude. When you wake up, before reaching for your phone, take a moment to thank your Creator for allowing you to see another day. When you go to sleep, reflect on the good that happened, no matter how small. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe you overcame a small temptation. Maybe you simply made it through a hard day. Every day has something to be thankful for. You just have to look for it. My brothers and sisters, ungratefulness doesn't just make us unhappy. It makes us blind. It blinds us to the miracles happening around us every moment. Your heart beats without you asking it to. The air you breathe costs nothing. Your body works tirelessly to keep you alive. The earth provides food, water, and beauty. Every sunrise is a message of hope. Every sunset, a reminder of peace. Yet how often do we stop to notice these signs? How often do we pause and say, Alhamdulillah, I have more than I thought I did? Gratitude also changes your relationships. When you start appreciating people instead of criticizing them, they respond differently. When you notice the good in them, you attract more of it. Sometimes all someone needs is a word of appreciation to feel valued. Gratitude softens hearts, your own and others. And let us not forget, my brothers and sisters, that gratitude brings more blessings. When you are thankful, your heart becomes open, and when your heart is open, more goodness flows into your life. Gratitude invites mercy, invites peace, and invites purpose. A person who is grateful is always rich, no matter what they have, and a person who is ungrateful is always poor, no matter how much they own. We spend so much of our lives chasing happiness when in truth gratitude is the root of it. The happiest people are not those who have the most. They are those who appreciate the most. They have trained their eyes to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong, on what they have instead of what they lack. They find joy in simple moments because their hearts are not busy comparing but thanking. My dear brothers and sisters, if you want to live a life of peace, practice gratitude deliberately. Say it, feel it, show it. Thank your Creator in your prayers. Thank people in your words, and show your thankfulness through your actions. Gratitude is not a one-time act. It's a lifestyle. It's how you walk, how you speak, how you treat others, how you carry yourself. And remember, gratitude grows when you use your blessings for good. If you are grateful for your time, spend it wisely. If you are grateful for your health, use it to serve others. If you are grateful for your knowledge, share it. If you are grateful for your wealth, give from it. When you use your blessings to bring benefit, they increase, not just in number, but in value. My brothers and sisters, a grateful heart sees light even in darkness, finds hope even in pain, and peace even in uncertainty. Don't wait for your life to be perfect to start being thankful. Perfection will never come. Gratitude is what makes life beautiful despite its imperfections. So from this moment on, start living with gratitude. When you wake up, say, I have been given another day to try again. When you eat, say, this meal is a gift. When you face difficulty, say, there must be a wisdom in this that I cannot see yet. When you feel lonely, say, at least I have my Creator with me. Gratitude doesn't change your situation immediately. It changes your heart, and that changes everything else. My brothers and sisters, don't let life's noise drown out your thankfulness. Slow down, notice, appreciate, because one day you will look back and realize that the moments you were most grateful for were the ones that truly mattered. Gratitude is not just about counting blessings. It's about making your blessings count. My brothers and sisters, there comes a time in every person's life when they must stop and ask a question that shakes the soul. Why am I here? It's easy to get lost in the busyness of this world. To wake up, go to work, chase goals, scroll through distractions, and fall asleep, only to repeat the same cycle the next day. We live as though we will live forever, and we forget that every sunrise brings us closer to the end of our journey. The sad truth is, most people realize the value of life only when it's almost over. But by then, it's too late. One day, my brothers and sisters, your name will be spoken in the past tense. People will say, he was a good man, or she used to come here often. The things that once mattered so much, your wealth, your clothes, your reputation, will mean nothing. Your job title will no longer be mentioned. Your house will belong to someone else, and all that will remain of you are your deeds. The good you did, the hearts you touched, the prayers you made, and the legacy you left behind. Life is short, but we live as though it is endless. We postpone repentance, we delay change, we ignore our purpose, telling ourselves, I'll focus on it later, but later is not promised. How many people woke up yesterday with plans for today but never lived to see it? How many times have we attended a funeral and said, life is short, only to go back to wasting it the very next day? My brothers and sisters, your life is not an accident. You were not created without meaning. Every breath you take, every day you wake up is a reminder that your Creator still has a purpose for you. You are here for a reason, not to chase temporary pleasure, not to compete for wealth or attention, but to live with purpose, to do good, and to leave behind something that will outlive you. Living with purpose means you stop existing passively. You stop letting days slip by without intention. You begin to live with awareness, awareness of time, awareness of your impact, awareness of the kind of person you are becoming. You begin to make choices that align with your values and your faith, not with your desires or the expectations of others. My brothers and sisters, every one of us will return to our Creator, and on that day, we will be asked not how long we lived, but how we lived. We will be asked about our time, our health, our youth, our opportunities. And every one of us will wish we had done more. That's why the wise live now with the end in mind. They understand that their time here is limited, so they use it meaningfully. They don't waste days on hatred, jealousy, or endless distractions. They focus on what will truly matter in the end: faith, kindness, sincerity, and service. Living with purpose doesn't mean you never enjoy life. It means you enjoy it the right way, with gratitude, with balance, with awareness. You can laugh, work, build, and dream, but never forget the one who gave you the ability to do all those things. Purposeful living is not about giving up the world. It's about using it as a means to grow closer to your Creator. Many people wander through life feeling empty, not because they lack success, but because they lack meaning. They achieve everything they thought would make them happy, but still feel a void inside. That void can only be filled when you start living for something greater than yourself, when your actions are no longer just for this world, but also for what comes after it. My brothers and sisters, we all have a choice: to drift through life, letting time carry us wherever it wants, or to take control and steer ourselves towards something meaningful. You can live every day carelessly, or you can wake up with the intention to do something good, to improve, to serve, to grow. Purpose doesn't come to you by chance. You create it through deliberate choices. Every moment you waste is a piece of your life you will never get back. Every opportunity you ignore may be the one that was meant to change your life. Every good deed you delay may be the one that could have brought you forgiveness. Don't wait for a perfect moment to begin living with purpose. The perfect moment is the one you have right now. Living with purpose also means being aware of your influence. Every word you speak, every action you take, every example you set, it all matters. You might not realize it, but someone is always watching, learning, and being affected by what you do. You can either inspire others or discourage them. You can either spread light or spread darkness. Your life has power far beyond what you see. My brothers and sisters, think about how you spend your time. How much of your day is dedicated to things that truly matter? How much of your energy goes toward your soul, your family, your growth, and your connection with your Creator? The things you give your time to are the things you are investing your life in. So invest it wisely. Spend it on what will bring you peace in this world and reward in the next. Living with purpose also means learning to let go. Letting go of grudges, letting go of envy, letting go of regrets. Because these things drain your time and your heart. They keep you stuck in the past when you should be building your future. You cannot carry the weight of resentment and expect to move forward. Purpose requires clarity, and clarity comes from a heart that forgives, a mind that focuses, and a soul that trusts. My brothers and sisters, one of the biggest distractions from purpose is comfort. The world constantly tells us that happiness comes from ease, from relaxing, indulging, doing whatever feels good. But true fulfillment doesn't come from comfort, it comes from growth. Growth is uncomfortable. It means waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It means controlling your tongue when you'd rather respond with anger. It means choosing prayer when laziness calls. But those small sacrifices are what give your life direction and strength. Purposeful living also means using your gifts, the talents and opportunities you've been blessed with, to make a difference. Everyone has something to offer. A kind word, a helping hand, a skill, a smile. You don't need to change the whole world. Sometimes you just need to change one person's world. Every act of goodness matters. Every small effort counts. My brothers and sisters, the saddest thing is not death. It's dying without ever having truly lived. It's reaching the end of your life and realizing you were busy your entire life but not purposeful. Don't let that be your story. Don't wait for old age to find meaning. Don't wait for a tragedy to wake up. Don't wait for the end to realize what truly matters. The moment you start living with purpose, everything changes. You start valuing your time more. You start choosing your words carefully. You start seeing every challenge as an opportunity to grow. You begin to find peace even in struggle because you know that every step has meaning. And when you live like that, you no longer fear death because you know that your life, however long or short, had purpose. My brothers and sisters, ask yourself today, if your life ended tonight, what would you leave behind? What will people remember when they speak your name? More importantly, what will you have prepared to meet your Creator with? Will you arrive empty-handed, or will you come with a heart full of effort, sincerity, and goodness? You don't need to do great things to live with purpose. You just need to do small things with great sincerity. Wake up with the intention to do good, to serve, to improve. Speak kindly, pray sincerely, help quietly, live simply. When you do this every day, you build a meaningful life, one that will echo long after you're gone. My brothers and sisters, life is too short to live without direction. Don't let your days blend into each other without meaning. Don't let your life become a series of distractions and delays. Wake up each morning and ask, how can I use this day well? Because one day your days will run out, and on that day only purpose will matter. So live with awareness, live with gratitude, live with sincerity, live with purpose. Use your time wisely, love deeply, forgive quickly, and strive for goodness in all that you do. Because one day this life will end. And when it does, you want to stand before your Creator with a heart at peace, knowing that you didn't waste the life you were given. My dear brothers and sisters, don't wait for a wake-up call to start living meaningfully. The wake-up call is already here. It's this moment, these words, this reminder. Let this be the day you decide to stop existing and start truly living. Let this be the year that you stop drifting and start walking with direction, because life, no matter how long, is short. But when it's lived with purpose, it becomes eternal. As we come to this moment and to the reflection on everything we've spoken about, I want you to pause and breathe. Think of your life as it stands right now. Think of how far you've come, and think of how quickly it has passed. The years that once felt long are now memories. The moments you thought you'd never forget have already faded. And here you are, still standing, still breathing, still being given the gift of another day. So I ask you sincerely, what will you do with it? Will you allow another year to slip away like the ones before it? Or will you finally wake up and take control of your time, your energy, your soul, your purpose? Because my brothers and sisters, time does not stop. It doesn't slow down for anyone. Every tick of the clock is a reminder that your story is being written, and one day it will come to an end. Many people spend their lives waiting for motivation, waiting for the right time, the right feeling, the right moment. But life is not waiting for you. Every second that passes is a part of your story that will never return. Every day that ends is a page that cannot be rewritten, and one day your book will close. So the question is not whether your story will end, it will. The question is, how will it be told? My dear brothers and sisters, if you keep living like you have endless tomorrows, you will waste your todays. You will keep making promises to yourself that you never fulfill. You will keep dreaming but never acting. You will keep saying someday, and that someday will quietly turn into never, because the future doesn't belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who begin. I want you to understand something very important. Change is not a feeling, it's a decision. You might not feel ready, you might not feel inspired, you might not feel capable, but if you make the decision sincerely, your Creator will help you through it. The moment you take one step toward goodness, the doors start to open. The moment you commit to change, strength starts to grow inside you, a strength you never knew you had. My brothers and sisters, don't waste another year waiting for the right time to fix your life. The right time is now. If you want to reconnect with your faith, do it today. If you want to mend a relationship, pick up the phone today. If you want to start working on your goals, begin now. You don't need a new year to start again. You just need a new mindset. One of the biggest mistakes we make is thinking that one day, suddenly, we will feel ready to do everything we've been postponing. But readiness doesn't appear out of nowhere. It is built through action. When you start moving, you start growing. When you start acting, you start believing. The first step might feel small, but it has the power to change your entire direction. My brothers and sisters, you must remember that every day you live is a blessing, but it's also a responsibility. You will be asked about your time. How did you spend it? What did you do with it? Did you use it to build or to waste? Did you use it to heal or to hurt? Did you use it to come closer to your Creator or to drift further away? Life is not measured by how long you live, but by how meaningfully you live. Some people live for 60 years and achieve nothing but comfort. Others live for 30 years and leave behind a legacy of goodness. It's not about the number of your days, and it's about what you fill them with. And my brothers and sisters, if you're listening to this now, it means your story isn't over. It means that no matter what mistakes you've made, no matter how far you've drifted, no matter how much time you've wasted, there is still hope. You can still rewrite the rest of your story. You can still change the ending. You can still make the coming year the one that defines your purpose. But to do that, you have to let go of your excuses. Stop saying, I'm not strong enough. Stop saying, I'll start when things calm down. Stop saying, I've already wasted too much time. These are lies that your mind tells you to keep you comfortable. The truth is, you are strong enough. You just need to start. The truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. Only moments you make perfect by acting in them. My brothers and sisters, look around you. How many people do you know who had plans that never came to life? How many dreams have been buried by hesitation? How many goals have faded because of fear? Don't let that be your story. You are capable of more than you think. You are built for resilience. You are created with potential. You are not weak. You've just been distracted. Don't let distractions steal your life. The phone, the scrolling, the endless noise, they are all thieves of purpose. Every minute you spend lost in them is a minute stolen from your future. Protect your focus like you protect your wealth. Guard your time like you guard your most precious possessions, because one day you will wish for more time, but it will not be given. My brothers and sisters, imagine standing years from now, looking back at this very moment. What will you wish you had done? Will you wish you had started sooner, that you had prayed more sincerely, that you had shown more love, that you had taken your dreams seriously? The regret of I should have is one of the heaviest weights a heart can carry. Don't let that be your burden. Every day that passes is a day closer to your end, but it's also a day closer to your potential. You decide which it will be. You can either let time slip away quietly or use it to build a life of meaning. You can either live by default or live by design. You can either drift through the days or take control and live with purpose. My brothers and sisters, stop waiting for inspiration and start building discipline. Inspiration fades, discipline sustains. You won't always feel motivated, but you can always choose to act. Even when you don't feel like it, get up and pray. Even when you feel tired, take one more step. Even when the world feels heavy, keep moving forward. Progress is not about perfection, it's about persistence. When you start changing sincerely, you'll notice something beautiful. Your heart begins to feel lighter. Your mind becomes clearer. The noise of the world starts to quiet down and peace begins to grow within you. Because when you start living with purpose, your soul aligns with its true calling. To live meaningfully, to serve, to grow, to connect with your Creator. My brothers and sisters, we have wasted enough time living half awake, half committed, half present. It's time to wake up. It's time to start living fully with awareness, with gratitude, with action. Don't wait for another reminder, another loss, another regret to wake you up. You have the reminder right now. You have the chance right now. So as you listen to these words, make a promise, not to anyone else, but to yourself. Promise that you will not waste another year chasing what doesn't matter. Promise that you will make time for your soul, your prayers, your family, your growth. Promise that you will stop letting distractions write your story. Promise that you will live intentionally so that when your time does come, you will have no regrets. Because one day the clock will stop. One day your breath will run out. One day the door of opportunity will close. But if you start now, if you begin today, you can make sure that when that day comes, your heart will be at peace. You will be able to smile and say, I lived with purpose. I didn't waste my days. I made mistakes, yes, but I kept trying. I grew, I gave, I believed. My brothers and sisters, life is not guaranteed, but meaning is always within reach. You can choose it right now. Let this be the day that you turn intention into action. Let this be the moment that marks a new beginning. Don't waste another year. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another breath, because each one is a gift. And once it's gone, it will never return. Use it wisely, live deeply, and let your life be a reflection of gratitude, effort, and faith. Your future self is waiting not for tomorrow, but for today. So rise, my brothers and sisters, and begin. This moment right now could be the one that changes everything. As we come to the end of this reminder, I want you to take a deep breath and let these words settle in your heart. Life is short, but its meaning is vast. Every heartbeat that passes is both a blessing and a responsibility. You are not here by coincidence. You are here because the Almighty, in His mercy, still wants you to have another chance. another chance to live with purpose, to correct what has gone wrong, to realign your heart, and to fulfill the reason for which you were created. Too many people wait for the perfect time to start living right. But the truth is, the perfect time never comes. The right time is always now. Every moment that you delay, you lose something that can never be returned. But every moment that you act sincerely is recorded. It becomes light for you in this world and in the next. My brothers and sisters, I don't say this to frighten you, but to remind you that your life is sacred. Your time is sacred. Every day you are given is a message from your Creator saying, you still have an opportunity. Use that opportunity wisely. Don't let distractions steal your destiny. Don't let comfort destroy your purpose. And don't let fear silence the voice inside you that's been calling for change. Start small if you must, but start sincerely. One prayer, one act of kindness, one honest effort to become better. Keep doing it and you'll see how those small steps transform your entire life. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Remember, your Creator does not look at how far you've fallen, but at how sincerely you're trying to rise. My brothers and sisters, let this be the year, the moment where you turn intention into action, where you stop saying tomorrow and start saying today. Because the truth is, your tomorrow begins with the choices you make right now. So walk out of this reminder with a new heart, a heart that is awake, a heart that values time, a heart that seeks purpose, and a heart that lives with gratitude. When your time in this world comes to an end, and it will, may you be among those who meet their Creator peacefully, knowing that you didn't waste the gift of life. May your story be one of effort, of faith, of forgiveness, of light. And may your future self, the one waiting for you beyond this world, look back and smile, proud of who you chose to become. My brothers and sisters, don't waste another year. Don't waste another moment. Life is moving, and so must you. Begin today. Live meaningfully. Live with faith. Live with purpose. And may the Almighty guide you, protect you, forgive you, and fill your days with peace, sincerity, and light until the very last one.